Shalom. It's Fallen Yeshua. Welcome again to the Rock. I wanted to show y'all some things. Look at this. These are yard-long green beans. I don't know if you've ever had these before, but they are delicious. I mean, all green beans are delicious. I just really like growing different varieties of food. This is my first time growing these. Second time growing these. I'll be harvesting some of these seeds, obviously. So if you are looking for yard-long green bean seeds, hit me up at my email address. I got them. See, some of these I'm leaving, and they're just going to be going to seed. That's the whole point of most of these. My other garden that I have, which is probably, probably 2 or 3 times this size, 3 or 4 times this size. I have yard-long green beans. Those are for us. But most of these we're going to be just using for seed. These are my extras that I had when I did my seed starters, and a lot of my extras just came over here. But this video is not about my yard-long green beans. They also have a snake green bean, and they get really, really long and fat. I have those growing. You'll be seeing those in another video. But these are a different variety. They actually call these a melon. They don't call them a cucumber. They don't call these cucumber melons. They actually consider this a melon. I just can't remember the name of it. Once I get the name of it, I remember it, I'll tell y'all. So if you're looking for some of those, they grow good. They're excellent. Our Malabar spinach loves the heat. Heat does not do much of anything to it. These leaves are very succulent, very tasty. We love them. We love them. And then, of course, the passion fruit coming in. Anyways, there's a lot of challenges going on out there. What I mean by challenges are people doing push-up challenges or sit-up challenges or this kind of challenge and that kind of challenge. And those challenges are good. Physical fitness is needed. Most people are not fit. As somebody that spent time doing personal training, and that's one of the reasons why I went to college, was personal training, human nutrition. But my major was exercise physiology, physical education, with another thing I studied was nutrition. And then I did do some training, athletic training. Not just personal training, but athletic training. But with that being said, I want to institute a challenge, because I know this Tabernacles, me and the brothers, are one of the challenges that we have this year. It's one of the things that we do to kind of help each other grow, to help each other kind of push each other in our advancement, in our growth. One of the tasks is for this Tabernacles to provide a meal, a full meal from what you grow. And a lot of the brethren are liking this challenge because they've never done that. They've never, put their mind to the agricultural lifestyle, which the Most High has told us that He hath ordained. That we're not supposed to hate it. We're supposed to actually love husbandry, love this agricultural lifestyle. We're supposed to love it, not hate it, not abhor it, which is one of the things, when they take us and throw us in cities and high rises and buildings where you cannot be agricultural, we say, well, I don't hate it. Well, I kind of see hate as this. If you're not showing that you actively love something, then you hate it, or at least you don't like it. And you can't say, well, I do like it. Well, you can't say you like it because you ain't doing it. And I have a hard time saying, well, I like this thing. Well, if you're not doing something, it's hard to say you like it. I'm just saying. But anyways, so the agricultural lifestyle is, something we should be doing. So we kind of encourage each other in that. So that's something we're having this Tabernacles. Well, I want to issue the challenge to everyone else. Last year, I think we issued a challenge similar like this on this channel. I encourage you. Provide yourself, whether you're in an apartment, whether you're in a wherever. I encourage you and I challenge you to provide one meal for yourself with what you grow. And if you cannot provide what you grow, let's say you don't have chickens. Well, grow enough of a particular vegetable where you can barter for chicken. See, that also encourages us to know people around us. So we have to get out of our little shell. But so let's say you don't have any chickens, but you could grow 20 pounds of green beans, let's just say. Well, then you work out a rate of how much you could transfer, how much green beans it would take for you to get a chicken. Or let's say 50 pounds of green beans, or peaches, or whatever you have grown. And what that also has encouraged us to do is barter, because another thing that people say is, well, I'll just barter for these things. But the reality of it is, most people have never bartered, and they don't know how to barter. They just say, well, when the bad times come, I'll just barter for what I need. But you've never bartered in your whole life. You don't know how to negotiate. You don't even have contacts or connections with people whom you can barter with. You're just going to barter, though. And what does that look like? Are you going to bring people to your place, your home, and barter there? What does that look like? So I encourage us, that's going to cause us to make contacts with people. Get to know a brother or two in our area. Reach out with somebody else. That also is going to show you the difficulty. If you plan on, well, I'm just going to live in my apartment and just grow my food in my apartment, that's impossible. I know the idea sounds great. It's a great idealistic idea, but it's not a realistic idea. It's just not. So I would say for, this Roman year 2000, I don't know, year 21, buy tabernacles if you can. Try to see if you can grow a meal. Grow a meal. Raise a meal. Whatever that may be. For you and your family. It'll get us that much closer to learning how to grow food. It'll increase that love, that want, that drive to want to raise food for yourself. It'll show us how much food it actually is going to take to feed a family, opposed to these great ideas that we have. But also it'll get our hands in the soil. It'll get us back to our agricultural roots. It'll get us back to how we lived and not how we choose to live today. So that would be my challenge. Raise food. Raise a meal. Grow a meal. And you'll see in your apartment, it's almost impossible to raise enough, to grow enough food for a meal for yourself. So that hopefully it'll raise that urgency of, man, I need to get out. I need to come out. I need to make one of the parts of the coming out of her. I need to do one of these parts, which is relocate, get out of these wicked cities and get myself to an area where I can grow. And if that's not even the case, if you're like, well, I'm saving up my money, then see if you know a brother or a sister that may be out of the city, whom you can go to their land and assist them in growing some food, and maybe they can send some food with you when you leave. Make connections. Because time is running out. The snowball continues to come. I've been speaking about this snowball for years now. Many have been saying, come out of her well before me. I was persuaded. So I challenge you with that. Grow some food. Grow some food. Bless y'all. Shalom.